Should we throw it?
Yeah.
You want to have cacao in the beginning, or?
I don't mind. We can maybe pour it. However you want. I'm good for now, but we can maybe pour it and then just.
What do you put in the cacao?
Today was what I had available in the kitchen. So some raw cacao and a couple of dates, a bit of cinnamon, tiny bit of cayenne pepper. I was very proud of myself. I managed to not overdo it with cacao. I usually always end up with the cayenne pepper. I always end up overdoing it.
You're the third person to bring cacao.
Yeah.
To the show.
Okay.
Nume was one of the other.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I remember.
And then, do you know Ole Steff? The handball, the former handball player.
Yes.
Yeah, he brought cacao.
Yes. Okay, yes. Ole Steff, yes.
I feel like the things you are doing it's different from what people would regularly call exercises. And after all your career in like weightlifting, martial arts, everything, why are you at this point now where you want to do movement?
Yes. In a nutshell, I would say this is very much connected to having a more longevity-based mindset now and looking beyond my nose. And recognizing in many ways that if I want to keep doing what I'm doing, which I love doing, to move, and so many things we can unpack in connection to movement, is if I want to keep doing what I'm doing, I had to adjust the pace I was going at and also look at other areas to feel like it's a more complete practice or training. So I began to explore other areas of movement, going from the typical training in the gym, lifting weights, to less linear movement, I would say. Martial arts, for example, dance, animal locomotion, and crawling.
Would you say in general it's about being free in your own body? Like,
absolutely.
Because a lot of people, I think the regular person, at least up until now, they start going to the gym because they want to lose weight or they want to look good. And you usually do that when you're young. And then at some point you start to realize it is not about having a six-pack. Well, it's good to look good, but it is about feeling good in your body and longevity, like you said.
Yeah, I could say now the mindset is reversed, like do the practice and the body will follow. And depending on what kind of practice you're doing, the body will tend to take care of itself in that respect. Whereas before it would have been more the aesthetic is what's driving. And freedom, we can talk about that probably till the cows come home. But absolutely, yeah. For me personally, to have more freedom within my body, be it a simple thing as more range of motion to expression, being able to express yourself. So as you begin to unpack the abilities within your body, to have more freedom to go into certain shapes or to move in a certain way, which you perhaps had not explored in a previous mindset or with another type of training or practice. You start to, it's like exploring new landscapes within your body. It's like traveling, but you're literally traveling within this this biomechanical gift we've been given. Yeah. And a huge sense of freedom comes with that, a huge sense of knowing more about yourself.
I want to talk more about movement, but first, your story, like why Iceland? Why are you here?
Yeah, why am I here? This, okay, let's take a sip of cacao. All three. Yeah, so this is my second time here, actually. And it's my 6th year consecutively. In total, though, I've been here 11 years. So the first time I came was 2005. I was aged 25. Damn. Yeah. And I came in part through a job I was doing back in Malta. So I used to teach English as a foreign language. So I had students from all over the world, from Russia, Colombia, Asia, Scandinavia. And it's a very sociable job as well. So we used to make a lot of friends. And amongst those friends, I met some Icelandic students. And we kept in touch. Back then it was, you probably remember this, Microsoft Messenger. Do you remember the Messenger chat? Like Hotmail, MSN,
yeah, exactly.
So, and it was also time for me to spread my wings, shall we say, and go and explore a little bit. You know, like Malta's quite a tiny island, which is where I was brought up. I was born in London, but brought up there. So yeah, it coincided with me like feeling the need to go and explore, and having some connections, which they just felt like nice people to hang out with, and they would always check up and see how things were. And I never forget looking up Iceland on Google, and a horse and some mountains in the back. That was the image. And my Icelandic was like, you should come and explore, come and check out. And I got a one-way ticket, packed my bags, and had enough money, saved up enough money to survive for 3 months here, assuming I hadn't found a job or anything like that. And back then in Malta, I think we still had the lira, actually. And the Icelandic krona was,
really high.
Yeah. This was like pre-2008 when
2002. A lot of people remember 2005 and 6. So cheap for Icelandic people to travel everywhere. Like the dollar is now like 145. The dollar was 58. So the dollar was almost tripled towards the krona.
Yeah. So I came over. They helped me find a place and a job, and 5 years went by.
There's a thin line between being, I don't know, too good with yourself and like too lenient on yourself versus, no, my body is telling me this is not good for me today.
Yeah. And, everyone's going to be at different places in their journey, including with movement, specifically training or anything of the sort. And while sometimes some people need a stricter regimen, shall we say, a stricter program to follow, because a lot of times it is more a mental resistance than your body. In some cases, or in many cases, it depends a lot what your previous patterns have been or what patterns it is you're maybe trying to break and overcome. So some people need that, but as you become less full of shit of yourself and more honest with yourself, so we say, and you're mature enough and responsible enough to know what you are doing and own that. I like to have a more fluid anchor these days. So I have structure and I have a routine and I have practices they are like my non-negotiables. I will do almost no matter what. So there is a frame, but within that frame, I allow fluidity and allow for flow and some unexpectancy that might happen, because that's also where a lot of creativity. You need to allow for that as well. But the thing is, everyone's going to be different depending on what it is they need the most at that moment. And to be honest, even though some of us can have a pretty good idea when we are in this field of work, perhaps, and making some recommendations and suggestions, but at the end of the day, like all of us know or should know what it is we need. But to arrive in that place where you can take more responsibility, which is also freedom, rather than placing it on someone else to tell you what to do all the time. When you start to feel that you have that maturity, and, like my teacher likes to say as well, like for most people, this 80-20 rule is a good rule to go by, So, get your shit together 80% of the week, 80% of the time, and allow for that 20%. And he jokes with us that the problem is most people do follow that rule. They just have it the other way around.
20-80.
Which is where the 26th of December is this. It's like everyone making up for that.
It's a really nice sweater you have.
Yeah, thank you.
Where'd you get that sweater?
This was actually belonged to a Slovakian artist who lived in Iceland for a while. I made some music for him.
It's really nice.
And he was having an art exhibition, and when he left, he had a bunch of clothes that he left his other friend to sell for him. And I think I got this for very, very cheap, and I liked it.
It's great.
I got it. Yeah, tack.
I'm going to give you one final question. It's a big one, so you can think a little bit.
Okay.
If you would have a advertisement billboard for 24 hours and the whole world would see it, what do you think you would put on? If you could put some message on the billboard, what message do you think you would put on it?
In connection with a lab, or?
Connection with everything, with life, everything.
Yeah, of course. It's move better, live better.
Great. Pleasure to have you on.
Tack. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
I look forward to attending your classes.
Yes.
If people are interested in signing up or getting private lessons, where can they find you?
Yes. Movelab.is. They can read up a little bit about what we're doing there. We're linked up with Sportabler to create your account and subscribe. There's various options there. And then there's also on the site, you can contact me or know me directly. Both if you just want more information or if you would like to do some one-on-one coaching. So all the info is on the site there at movelab.is. Yep.
Beautiful. Keep up the good work.
Tack.
You told me you wanna end with a prayer.
Yes, I would love that. Invite you to do that. Are you up for that?
I would love that.
Okay, beautiful. So, by the way, I also want to say thank you for doing this in English. Much appreciated. I'm always grateful, and for the listeners as well, for those who have stuck around the whole time we've been chatting.
Yeah, I think it's about time to release something in English.
And I'm always grateful for everyone here speaking such amazing English, because it makes my life way easier. So yes, there's a prayer I have been exploring recent weeks, and it's a prayer it's supposedly a traditional prayer by a group of people called the Nahuatl, which is a Mexican group of people from the Aztecs. So what I would like to do is I'll read a phrase at a time and give a few moments for you to repeat it as well. And if the listeners want to join in, they can also repeat it as well.
Beautiful.
Cool? Okay. So, I release my parents from the feeling that they have failed with me.
I release my parents from the feeling that they have failed me.
I release my children from the need to make me proud.
I release my children from the need to make me proud.
So that they can write their own ways according to their hearts.
So that they can write their own ways according to their heart.
I release my partner from the obligation to make me feel complete.
I release my partner from the obligation to make me feel complete.
I lack nothing in myself.
I lack nothing in myself.
I learn with all the beings that surround me through all time.
I learn with all the beings that surround me through all time.
I thank my grandparents and ancestors who met so that today I breathe life.
I thank my ancestors and my grandparents. I forgot the last one.
Who met so that today I breathe life.
Who met so that today I breathe life.
Mm-hmm. And I release them from the faults of the past and from the wishes they did not fulfill.
And I release them from the faults of their past and the wishes they did not fulfill.
Aware that they did the best they could to resolve their situations.
Aware that they did the best they could to resolve their situations.
Within the consciousness they had at that moment.
Within the consciousness they had at that moment.
I honor them, I love them, and I recognize their innocence.
I honor them, I love them, and I recognize their innocence.
I bear my soul before their eyes, and that is why they know.
I bear my soul before their eyes, and that is why they know.
That I do not hide or owe anything.
That I do not hide or owe anything.
More than being faithful to myself and my own existence.
More than being faithful to myself and my own existence.
Walking with the wisdom of the heart.
Walking with the wisdom of the heart.
I am aware that I am fulfilling my life project, free of visible and invisible family loyalties.
I am aware that I am fulfilling my life
project.
And the second part?
Free of visible and invisible family loyalties.
Free of visible and invisible family loyalties.
That may disturb my peace and my happiness.
That might disturb my peace and my happiness.
Which are my greatest responsibilities.
Which are my greatest responsibilities.
We're almost done here. I renounce the role of savior, of being the one who unites or who fulfills the expectations of others.
I renounce the role of savior, of those who...
of being the one who unites or who fulfills.
Of being the one who unites or fulfills.
The expectations of others.
The expectations.
And learning through love.
And learning through love.
I bless my essence and my way of expressing.
Bless my essence and my way of expressing.
Although there may be someone who cannot understand me.
Although there may be someone who cannot understand me.
I understand myself because only I lived and experienced my story.
I understand myself because only I lived and experienced my story.
Because I know myself, I know who I am.
Because I know myself and I know who I am.
What I feel, what I do, and why I do it.
What I feel, what I do, and why I do it.
I respect and approve.
I respect and approve.
I honor the divinity in me and in you.
I honor the divinity in me and in you.
We are free.
We are free.
Takk.
Beautiful. Þessi þáttur áskriftarþáttur. Inni á sölvitryggva.is fá áskrifundur aðgengi að öllum útgefnum þáttum, aukaefni og nýjum þætti í hverri viku.